morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Today's video, I've got for you 5 scary ghost videos you thought you would never see. That's a lie. I dream about scary ghost videos every day, every night when I'm sleeping. I dream about scary ghost videos, so I probably thought I already saw these. You know what I'm saying? Once again, hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's just jump right in this video, shall we?
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Really, really haunted. Lee and his family have been experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in their home in England. Over the last 2 years, Lee says that the supernatural encounters have become more frequent, more terrifying, and more violent. Lee documents these strange incidents on his YouTube channel, Really Haunted.
I believe we reacted to that little clip of a video that they showed you of the cat on the counter jumping. I believe we have reacted to that one previously.
Now, over the years, I've featured a few of the spooky occurrences in Lee's house, and it seems that whatever might be haunting the family home is not going anywhere. Lee has cameras recording the living room and bedroom as he, his wife, and their cute little puppy Luna are fast asleep in bed. What happens that night throughout the house is truly disturbing. First, downstairs in the living room, the heavy couch slides across the floor as if it's nothing.
That'd be a lot of force. I mean, I get it. It's a slick-ish wooden panel floor. But still, to like just shove or like pull a couch, it still takes a considerable amount of force to actually get it to slide that distance. The white mist that you see in here that the dog notices, that's very interesting. If this is indeed a hoax, I'm really curious to see how they would pull something like that off, you know, with them two like being in bed. Does that like mean that they have somebody in the house that's doing all these things off camera? And like you could pull the couch one off, maybe that would take a considerable amount of thought and the details of it, but I understand how they would have a white mist go by and have it like catch the dog's eye and have the dog react on the other side of the bed next to the male sleeping there. Kind of like get spooked on that. That's very interesting. If this is a hoax, that would take a great deal of like consideration and thought and like planning, like, and acting on top of that, because people have to act like they're sleeping and act like he just woke up, like what the hell's going on, seeing in the dark, and calm the dog down. This one would be really tough to like kind of pull off as like a hoax, you know. But let's continue.
Then back upstairs in the bedroom, puppy Luna wakes up from her sleep and starts frantically looking around as if she's hearing or seeing something that frightens her. She calms down a bit, but then suddenly a white translucent figure moves in front of the camera, startling Luna once again. A desk chair seems to move towards the bed on its own, Then suddenly, the small dog is spooked by something that seems to be right next to the bed. She begins to whimper, which finally wakes Lee. So Luna's behavior and reactions throughout this video are what makes this footage so creepy and so compelling. It's almost as if she can see something the family can't, and it terrifies her. So did Lee and his family capture extreme paranormal evidence on camera? You decide. The Haunting of the Jefferson Hotel. The historic Jefferson Hotel was left abandoned for 2 years before the new owners, Jeremy and Pam Jones, bought the 170-year-old building in Jefferson, Texas. The two paranormal enthusiasts poured their love and a lot of hard work into the restoration of the allegedly haunted hotel and held a grand reopening of the Jefferson in October of 2020. The hotel has seen its fair share of dark history. It was built in 1851 and first opened as a cotton warehouse, where it is said that 2 7-year-old child workers lost their lives under the harsh working conditions.
Damn.
In the late 1800s, the hotel was a brothel. During that time, it is said that a teenage, quote, working girl named Judy lost her life at the hands of a client. She passed away in the bathtub of room 19.
Oh.
Today, the apparition of Judy is said to appear in the mists of hot showers, and sometimes even scribbles messages pleading for help on the bathroom.
Is this like actual? Like what he's saying right now, is this like evidence? Like we know for certain? Like these two girls were documented to have died when there was a cotton mill, and then this teenage lady of the night, is that documented as well, or is this all just alleged crap? Because that's the problem with these urban legends and myths and stuff like that, is that it can just be made up. I could just say like, oh, you know, the house I'm currently living in was built in the 60s. With the original owners, their baby suddenly died for no reason, and now it haunts the house. Then you just gotta take my word for it. It's not documented because it's not fucking real. You know what I'm saying? So that's very difficult. It's hard to not have evidence and just go off of that. Because if someone is gullible and they just go with that instinct of, yeah, that's true, that's real, then they're going to automatically, their mind is going to make up that they're seeing things if they spend the night at this Jefferson hotel. So I'm usually one that, I'm like, that's a cool urban legend or a myth. Like, and if it's true, that really sucks. But I automatically think of those things as not being real. Just because you can make shit up like that super easily, you know. Whereas there are multiple locations across the nation and the world that have, like, you know, sanatoriums where people were, you know, patients were registered as there and then registered as fucking dead, whether it was due to suicide, their disease, you know, whatever. Those are like, that's documentation. And like usually in those places as well, there's a cemetery right next to the sanatorium or whatever that location is that has medical records. So it's kind of hard because this can just be urban legend, you know. Let's continue.
Mirror. One guest at the historic Jefferson Hotel says that she was able to capture the frightening incident on camera. Georgia Canfield is staying overnight at the hotel with her mother and grandmother when the three suddenly see a chilling message on their hotel mirror.
No, I just noticed it. I don't know if it was there when I came in here or if when I started running my hot water. I don't know. I just know that we came in here to wash my face.
That was not there. Can you confirm that was not? We checked that earlier.
I didn't see it earlier.
Do you see it now?
Yes, I see it. That's why I'm not going in there.
Georgia, her mother and grandmother have no idea where the message came from, and they're
I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Total bullshit. They're obviously doing this. They obviously wrote that help. It's clearly done with fingers. Very clearly done with fingers. Oh my gosh. Man, the things people do. You know what I'm saying? The things people do. Just, if you spend the night at a place like this and you're trying to capture something and you don't, try again. Come back next week or whatever and just try again. Don't do shit like this. What are we in fucking The Shining? Red Rum? No. You fucking got some makeup or some lotion of some kind and fucking put on your finger and wrote the message, you know? This is bullshit. You're lying.
Their freaked out reactions to the strange event seem very sincere. But that's not the end of the Jefferson Hotel's haunted history. In 1912, a pregnant bride named Lydia Grigsby took her own life inside room 19 after her fiancé sent word that he would not be coming to the wedding. Today, male guests traveling alone have reported seeing the beautiful ghost of a bride with golden hair. One night on a tour through the hotel, guests Angela and Cody Goins might have captured the Jefferson Hotel ghost bride on camera. Using the live photo mode on an iPhone, which snaps a photo in a quick 3-second video, they capture what appears to be a bride-like apparition. You can almost make out a dress, a face, and even a...
Okay, so that's interesting, but also at the same time, like I can see where they're getting like the figure of like a bride in like a white dress. But why this motherfucker got a mustache? Am I the only one that's saying that this dude looks like Borat? Am I the only one that's noticing that? I can see the veil. I can see the white dress. But then there's the Borat mustache. And a big old nose. Like an eye. And an eyebrow. It's like the swooning hair right here. That's what it looks like. But I'm just seeing a big old mustache right there. And like there's the chin and like lips. I don't think that's the golden-haired pregnant bride that took her life in 1716 or whatever the fuck it was. I think that's Borat. If I'm being honest with you. Yikes. Let's continue.
Bridal train. Now, a much more disturbing apparition has also been witnessed at the hotel. Some guests have even reported waking up at night to find the horrifying figure standing in their hotel room, just watching them sleep. Now, the new owners of the historic Jefferson Hotel, Jeremy and Pam Jones, are starting to experience paranormal activity in their own hotel. One night at 2 a.m., Jeremy is doing some work in the hotel hallway, and this happens.
Okay, that's a real reaction. For sure. That's a real reaction. Could it be something as like pressure and like wind doing it? Totally. But that's a real reaction from a person that was not expecting that. Cause like he just looks behind him. He's like, cause he's like, wait, is anybody else seeing this shit too? That's a very real reaction. I can appreciate the authenticity of that.
There's no audio on this video, but Jeremy claims that he heard a voice right before this hotel door mysteriously unlatches and swings open on its own. Now that's creepy enough, but that's not the only night they capture something truly bizarre on camera. Cut to another late night. It's 4 a.m. and Jeremy and his wife are fast asleep in bed when one of the motion sensing cameras in the upstairs hallway picks up something or someone moving around. The hotel is completely empty, so Jeremy fears that an intruder might be inside. He runs upstairs, but as he looks down into the hallway from the stairwell, he doesn't see anyone. He wakes up his wife Pam and they look back at the security footage. They are both shocked by what they find.
Damn.
At the end of the hallway, right outside room 19, which is said to be the most haunted room in the hotel, someone or something.
Is it really though, Nuke? I feel like you're just adding that on for just, the sauce on the food. You're just putting that on there to make it seem more intense. Is it really the most haunted room in the Jefferson Hotel? Room 19? Is that the most haunted one? Really?
Something seems to be walking. Jeremy and his wife Pam search the hotel together but find no one inside. Who or whatever this strange figure is, it seems to have mysteriously just disappeared. So is the historic Jefferson Hotel haunted? And did the owners and guests capture real paranormal activity on camera? Let me know what you think. You can watch more paranormal moments and captures in the hotel on Jeremy and Pam's official Facebook and YouTube channel, both of which are named The Historic Jefferson Hotel. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Whispers in the dark. So I just could not find a Thai language translator for this next video. So I put out a request on Instagram at the last minute, and Nuke's Top 5 viewers Umberto and Pammy Gutierrez actually stepped up and volunteered to translate this video. So a huge thank you to both of them. Follow them on Instagram. So paranormal investigator Dr. B from the Thai YouTube channel Ghost Ambassador travels to an abandoned country club in Thailand with his team. Locals believe that the tall building is extremely haunted by angry spirits. It is said that 2 men who were hanging out on the roof of the building were pushed off by something that they couldn't see. The men fell 5 stories to the ground.
Damn.
1 man tragically lost his life, but the other man lived to tell the horrific tale. Dr. B interviews a local man who lives nearby. The man explains to the team that the 4th floor of the abandoned club is the most supernaturally active. Many visitors have seen the terrifying apparition of a girl stroking her hair. And those who are brave enough to walk through the building say that they get the strange feeling that someone or something is following close behind them. While the team is interviewing the man in front of the creepy building, the camera's microphone starts to pick up odd, unexplained whispers.
แต่ถ้าว่าพี่เดินไปเนี่ยสังเกตทางชั้น4อ่ะถ้าเอาขวดพลาสติกขึ้นไปไว้นะถ้าลมมันแรงปุ๊บมันจะวิ่งออกหน้าปุ๊บแล้วมันจะสกรูถอยหลังมาหาพี่เหมือนมันเล่นกับพี่
An unknown voice seems to whisper the words "Chwai Duai," which in English translates to "Please help."
มันจะวิ่งออกหน้าปุ๊บแล้วมันจะสกรูถอยหลังมาหาพี่เหมือนมันเล่นกับพี่
It's a weird pause, though. I mean, I don't understand their dialect and mannerisms, but, isn't it kind of coincidental that, like, he stops talking when that voice starts talking, that voice? That just seems kind of very coincidental, the timing of it, but I could be wrong.
These chilling whispers occur several times throughout the video.
ไม่ได้สติเลยหน้าธนาคารเขาบอกว่าเขามีพระผมสีหน้ายิ่งถ้าคนน้อยนะทิ้งทุกจุดเลยผมพูดได้เลยว่าแต่ละชั้นโอเคเขาพี่ป๋องอะมาที่เนี่ยพี่ป๋องแล้วก็ทีมงานของเขาเพราะว่าเขากราบไหว้กันอะไรกันมึงไม่เชื่อมึงก็อย่าลบหลู่งั้นผมเป็นกินเงินพนันมาไม่รู้เท่าไหร่แล้ว
How many fucking times does it say it? This guy didn't hear it? This motherfucker's got headphones directly into his fucking ears. I mean, I get it. It's probably been amplified audio so we can hear it better, but wouldn't he hear it? Especially with how many times it's been fucking going? That's like the 9th time he said fucking please help? That wouldn't, like, you wouldn't notice that at some point?
But it gets even creepier. When they talk about the female spirit who is said to haunt the 4th floor of the creepy abandoned building, this happens.
พี่เขาบอกพี่อู๋อะมายืนตรงเนี้ยแล้วพี่อู๋มองขึ้นไปชั้น4จะเห็นเลยจริงเหรอล่มพังอะไรนะเสียงอะไรไม่เข้าใจเสียงว่าช่วยด้วยเสียงใครเนี่ย ลูกเพจเขาได้ยินแบบเยอะมากว่าเออไปต่อให้
Did you see it? A strange white translucent figure seems to move, perhaps even walk, straight into a solid wall. The figure seems to have no particular shape, but viewers believe it to be the spirit of the girl who haunts the 4th floor. So, are the stories true? Is the country club haunted by angry, restless spirits? Or just what is going on here? Tell me what you think.
That's not enough evidence. I'm gonna go like the odds of all that audio being about 75% bullshit. That's what I'm leaning towards, is about 75% bullshit. And then having this clip, sure, I'll be gullible enough. I'll take the bait on that one. But that's not enough to go off of this entire building being haunted or infested with paranormal activity or whatever. That's just not enough. You know, you have like a 20-minute fucking interview of someone saying the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and which is already kind of like, what the hell? They just have one fucking person. So you're telling me there was one voice, one ghost that was just fucking voice bombing that whole interview by just saying please help over and over and over and over again? No, I think it's someone that was like doing voiceovers of the audio later on to make it sound like that there was, you know, EVPs being captured. But the video, that's a good video. Sure, I'll take the bait on that one.
Meanwhile, on TikTok user Sabrina Lozito shares a home with her boyfriend Christopher and their 2 children in Bayville, New Jersey. The couple claims that they experience frequent strange paranormal events in their home. And it's not so surprising, as the house has a gruesome history that sounds like something right out of a horror movie. You see, years ago the house was relocated, and it was placed right on top of an old cemetery, where it still stands to this day.
Is there like documentation of that? Because that's the recipe for the most classic horror movie ever. But is there documentation of that? Is there? I would like to see that. If anyone watching this video, see if you could find some like documentation of like this being legit. I feel like it'd be a very difficult thing to find, if at all even real. Because I'm not believing some chick on fucking TikTok. You know, I'm not believing some random chick on TikTok. But I'm gonna go with that's not real. That's just too. That fits the. It fits the pants too much of a standard horror movie. You know, just like the Jefferson Hotel case where they wrote "please" like help on the window or on the mirror. That's bullshit. That just it fits too close to what we've seen in fucking Hollywood movies, you know?
As if that wasn't disturbing enough, Sabrina also says that an elderly man passed away in the home just before they moved in. So, one night Sabrina and her boyfriend are watching a movie when their dog suddenly starts freaking out. But they have no idea why. Then, only moments later, they get a notification from their CCTV camera that there's movement in their backyard. They rush to check their footage, and what they find is chilling.
My video camera was recording and no one was out back. Took a look, no one was out back. Check this out. Watch in between the square. Mainly watch this spot right here. You can see a shadow up here. Boom.
And no one's there.
And then you see this little orb right here.
And then you
watch. Babe. Look at that. No one's out back.
It just sits there too.
It does. It just sits right there.
And you can see the whole shadow, like a person.
That's nuts. I don't know how long it sits
Goes
there
away.
for. Orb goes away. Comes back. Now watch. The person's gonna disappear.
It's like they're just boom.
Boom, gone.
A strange shadow appears out of nowhere and an odd source of light can be seen floating in their backyard. Sabrina and Christopher say that they immediately went outside and checked their yard, but there was no one there.
Interesting.
After posting the video to TikTok, there were some doubters that said it was probably just the shadow of a person standing there, maybe holding a flashlight. But the couple wasn't having it. They posted a follow-up video to actually attempt to debunk their own video using the methods suggested by viewers.
Sabrina's standing there. Alright, walk outside real quick. No, she has no shadow. Shut the light off.
Keep
I
filming.
know it. Alright, walk over there.
Keep filming the fucking screen.
No shadow. Look at that shit.
So did their CCTV camera capture something paranormal on camera? Or is it all
You could have put a bit more work into debunking it, you know, for the more hardcore skeptics or idiots like me who's just like, you know, I call bullshit. You definitely could have put a little bit more effort into trying to debunk your video there. Like, I get it. That's not a bad idea. That's a starter for sure for debunking your videos, having someone stand out there to prove that there's no shadow being cast in that direction on the floor. But it's like there's also light here. There's not a light there. It's much more vibrant and bright right there. There's clearly some sort of light source that's existing over here. That's not existing over here. That was existing in this previous video. But like I said, they could have put a bit more work into debunking it. But that's a good start for sure, because that just eliminates the fact that there's like an automatic shadow being cast in this direction on the floor right there.
all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. TikTok user Gabrielle and her friend Ashley go on a road trip to explore an abandoned asylum, the Northern State Mental Hospital in Sedro-Woolley, Washington. The building opened in 1912 and was the forced home for many mentally ill patients until it shut its doors 61 years later in 1973. Gabrielle and Ashley are exploring the property when something happens that absolutely shocks them both.
Ashley.
Fearing someone might be in danger, Gabrielle says she immediately called 911 after hearing this bizarre screaming. But after posting her video to TikTok, one viewer reached out to Gabrielle to calm her down. The viewer explained that there is actually another mental facility nearby that is still open to this day, and maybe that was the source of the bizarre screams they heard. When looking at
I want to go back and read that message. Hey, I just wanted to clarify that video where the woman was screaming. My mom works on the campus with psych patients. That place is located behind those trees where the screaming came from in the video. That patient in particular happened to be outside in the caged area. In the caged area. Excuse me? Y'all are putting fucking psyche patients in fucking cages outside? Bullshit. I'm not reading the rest of this. Nope. That's bullshit. This whole thing. Fucking horseshit.
another mental facility nearby that is still open to this day, and maybe that was the source of the bizarre screams they heard. When looking at a map, there is indeed a psychiatric treatment center in the area. However,
Look how fucking far away that is.
it's not as close as you might think judging from the volume of those screams.
So what, they have cages over here somewhere? Like they have cages right here behind these wooded areas. So this Northern State, blah, 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 fucking North Cascades Gateway Center has outdoor cages where they put their psyche patients right here. Fuck off. Bullshit. Get that horse shit out of my face, dude.
Ashley.
From where Gabrielle and Ashley were standing, it's
That's their friend. That's their friend in the woods doing all that crap. And they're just like, oh my god, that's so scary. And then they pretend to call fucking 911. Alright? To make it seem more real, they're just acting. Bullshit. Fucking outdoor cages from another psych ward. That's like fucking a mile away from that one. You get out of here.
Actually about half a mile to the new treatment center. And in between that space, there are several groups of trees, a patch of woods, a flowing creek, and also several blocks of commercial buildings. So the question is, could one disturbed woman's voice travel that far through all of those obstacles and still be heard that clearly?
No. No, Nuke. No. Absolutely not. So there's two dilemmas that would make the most sense for me. You have one, it's their friend. This is all a fucking hoax with acting and bullshit. Or two, there's a patient from that psych ward that's half a mile away from that abandoned one that accidentally got out, escaped. They just lost track of whatever. The patient belonging to the running psych ward is somehow not on the premise, and they're over there and they're being a crazy person and just screaming in the woods because that's what crazy people do. And they were just missing a patient. Those are the only two dilemmas that I can think of that would actually make any sort of sense.
Half a mile away. Did Gabrielle simply hear the screams of a disturbed patient? Or could it be something else? Let me know what you think. Now this next video was reposted on a random TikTok account that just didn't give any credit to the original video poster. I've looked for hours, but I wasn't able to find the original source. However, the video is very creepy, so I think it deserves a spot in the top 5. In the video, recorded by a security camera, you see a little girl sitting in her bed, seeming a bit distressed. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Fucking super dad coming in, ignoring that bitch ass chair and just grabbing his daughter. What a good dad. What a good dad. That's creepy as fuck, dude.
The girl is obviously scared as you see her looking at something in her bedroom. A chair then suddenly begins to rock back and forth on its own. Luckily, the child's father sees the activity and rushes in to rescue his terrified daughter.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I have no idea what happens next. So if you happen to know the original source for this video, please let me know down in the comments. Dead end. Fans of popular YouTube ghost hunter Franco TV have requested many times that he make a return visit to investigate the Weeping Angels Cemetery in Florida. It's no surprise that this particular graveyard is so popular amongst Franco TV viewers. He's been there many times and caught some extremely scary paranormal activity. One of the most memorable of these encounters was the sighting of an old lady just roaming the graveyard.
Do you need help?
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's creepy, but like...
Not doing that.
Now, Frank has never claimed that this person was a ghost or anything supernatural. But many of his viewers seem convinced that the odd visitor was in fact some sort of paranormal apparition.
No, it's just some fucking old lady, dude. No. No. That's obviously a human, probably just an older lady visiting relatives, husband, blah, 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 because she's in a cemetery. Yeah. No, that's not a fucking ghost, dude. Are you stupid? That's clearly a fucking woman wearing black slippers and a white nightgown. All right? She got the crazy old lady hair and everything, dude. The fuck wrong with you? Was that an actor? Don't know. Could be an actor that he fucking hired that I didn't tell anybody about. Very well could be. Absolutely. Is it some crazy old lady who's reminiscing on the times that she's visiting her fucking husband, her dead husband's remains? That could definitely be it as well. But, a fucking ghost, dude? Come on. Jesus.
This time, Franco TV is back again to explore the ominous, empty Weeping Angels Cemetery late at night. First, he makes his way to the same area where he originally spotted the elderly woman. Things immediately start to get very strange.
I got some stuff on the floor here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's creepy. That thing just started moving. And there is no wind. I wish I had a flag to show you. What the f? There's no wind. Look at the leaves. Alright, hold on. Let me make sure I get this on. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I don't know what that's about.
Frank finds an abandoned pair of leopard-patterned slippers at the exact same spot where the elderly woman had been seated in the previous.
How convenient. Am I right? How convenient. That's probably just set up. I mean, come on. It looks like it's staged as well. I'm gonna be skeptical on this whole situation right here.
Video. Even creepier, a plastic pot suddenly begins to move on its own. Frank points out that there's no wind or draft that could have made the pot move, and of course the occurrence is especially bizarre considering the location. But Franco TV continues on and takes a turn down a small hidden dirt road behind the cemetery. This is when things take a terrifying turn.
I just got movement. Here. Ouch. I literally have bugs eating me alive right now. What the hell is that?
Could be an animal of some kind?
Holy I actually have somebody there.
Why'd you turn your lights off, dude? I'm calling bullshit because you just turned all your lights off. I get you were trying to see it in like infrared. But like if you think that someone's there, you just run away with no lights. You gotta see, dude. That's not convincing me. That's not what anybody else would do. If you're in the situation and you see what looks like a human figure in infrared in front of you on a road, and you're in a fucking cemetery, instead of just running away in darkness, you're like, oh shit, and then you turn your lights on, so that way you can see if what's going, see what's going on, if that's actually someone there, if that's an animal, I don't believe that. I'm calling bullshit on that. And I think that it's very convenient that he thinks he sees something, turns all of his lights off, puts the infrared camera up there. We see a human standing in the road, slowly walking towards him, and he runs away without turning his lights back on to see if that's actually something standing there or not. Humbug.
What the hell?
Don't look that way. There was nothing there.
Hello? What? I legitimately just had somebody. Or like a dark shadow.
Frank says he hears movement coming from somewhere down the creepy path. When he points his thermal imaging camera towards the sound, he sees a dark figure standing in the middle of the road. A figure that doesn't seem to emanate any body heat on the thermal image. Even creepier, the figure seems to be getting closer and closer. But when Frank turns on his flashlight, there's no one there.
That is interesting.
When he goes back,
I totally didn't even think about that. The fact that it's not emanating any body heat. You know, it looks like it's as cold as the trees. I didn't even think about that. You know, that's very interesting. I actually cannot explain that one. Because that's science. That's truth. That if it was a person, you would see that the temperature is much warmer than its surroundings. It wouldn't be the same temperature matching the trees in its environment. If it was a human just standing there like his buddy or whatever, that'd be very difficult to pull off. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about that one.
to his thermal camera, the figure has now disappeared. He calls out to it into the distance, but no one answers. No longer feeling safe walking along the spooky dirt road, Franco TV decides to get into his car and instead drives down the creepy pathway from the safety of his vehicle. It did not go well.
Wait. I'm hearing noises. Oh, nope. I'm hearing stuff. No, screw that. Holy
yeah, just drive, dude.
There is somebody in there. That's not even that's not a ghost. There is somebody legit inside the graveyard. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not claiming anything. All I'm saying is that somebody's there. And that scared the hell out of me.
Franco hears a sudden loud rustling coming towards him from the dark woods. He hits the gas and just gets out of there.
Yep.
Now, Franco is undecided on whether he experienced something paranormal or just happened to capture someone wandering outside the cemetery late at night for some reason. But what makes this footage even more chilling is that back in 2019 on this very same dirt road, police found a body. Someone who had lost their life in a violent altercation. So could this mysterious dark figure be their restless spirit? Or just what or who could this unexplained figure be?
What a horrible way to go. You're like at a cemetery, you're with a friend, partner, whatever, people you trust, probably doing the same shit, trying to capture some paranormal stuff and or whatever the situation may be, and you fucking lose your life in like a very gruesome way by either like being murdered, you know. And it seems like a violent situation is more so like with weapons or hands or just, you know, just being brutally murdered. What a fucking horrible way to go. You just die in the woods by being brutally murdered by people that you more than likely trust. Man, that is rough, dude. Okay, is this the end? Yes, that looks like it's going to be the end of today's video. Yeah. So that is today's video. I hope you guys appreciated it so much. I don't know what to make out of some of it. Some of the things are, I'm going for complete bullshit, but then other things I'm kind of 50-50. Some of them, you know, I ate my own words, like that last one. I didn't even think about the temperature being as low as it is if it was a person, because infrared picks up, you know, heat radiating off of stuff, and it was matching the heat of its surroundings, so humans aren't as cold as the trees, you know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.